Making a little liquid, mid-yellow, ochre, bright orange, burnt sienna, lots of titanium white, vermilion. Trying to get you close so you can see the details here. It's hard, there's so many small little, sorry about that. Been going at this for a week now, give or take. And I haven't painted a painting in a week. I've done like one or two since 2025 that are this long. Only this is the first one that was really unexpected. There was no, I thought this piece would take 2 days, 3 days maximum. So normally I don't have enough gas in the tank to make it happen like this, but one thing is, it's nice is like a lot of this is dry to the touch after things start taking a while, so like that is really enjoyable. Normally I'm always working in like, not necessarily alla prima, but close. So it is very welcomed when the piece is at this stage. Like it's just because it takes so long, so there's, every day it's drying a little bit, each part of it. I was glazing a little earlier today, but most of that should even be dry too, because with glazing you're using a lot of liquid. Here I want to do some details, so I thought I would show you some of these details. And I'm even prepared to let this run on as long as it takes till I feel complete, which again, super surprising. Typically not my MO, but normally my MO is to, I have so many ideas all the time, so I like to get them get my ideas out, not necessarily as quick as possible, but I just get really inspired to like produce and be prolific. Get a little yellow and greens and have fun with that eye. Again, normally I don't do this kind of work because a lot of my work is wet, right? So these are like really light glazes on top of dry paint, and that's really nice. It's a really nice spot to be in. You can get some really great, produce some great final renderings here when you have some dry, when you're working on dry. Do the same thing here too. So we're just going to touch here first. Just under shadow here. And some color. But again, all this before I started was dry to the touch. And that is a really nice place to be painting, for me especially. Really light strokes and just keep going until you like it. Probably can go all the way around a little bit. You can pull it back if it's too much. I just cleaned the brush and dried it off. Nothing on it now, and then work it in a little bit. Just commit. One cool thing is that when I stop working and at the end of the night, before I leave the room, I'll stop and stare at the painting for a while and kind of assess it, see what things need. And I just remember that, yeah, I need to fix up this little helmet or mask, sorry. But I remember that from last night or a couple days ago, last night I think, when I was just staring at it to see what I like, what I don't like, what needs to be worked on, and kind of what I'm doing right now is why this painting's been taking so long. It's just adding so many little details that are kind of like uncalled for in some cases for me really necessary. Tyrone, what's up? Comics. Yeah, this one has a lot of comic elements. I tried to shoehorn in Batman, like that was part of what I saw in the inkblot that I did originally. So this has a lot of comic elements and like cartoon realism and such. But some of my references early on were like old vintage Batman ideas, like this over here. I don't know if you can't see it right now, but like the gloves. And good to see you, Tyrone. Seeing human art like these cheers me up. Such a weird phase, but hey, we live in a more weird world than ever. Agreed, Wolf Express. Times are crazy. It can be really inspirational when things are like chaotic, but not inspirational in like kind of maybe in the traditional sense. Like I get overwhelmed, and this is my outlet, right? It can be super overwhelming, and even this kind of art, if you look at it from further back, it's pretty chaotic. And I think that has something to do with the times that we're in. Johnny Quest. You might have, let me see. When you say Johnny Quest, let me see what comes up. Johnny Quest image. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. You think he needs to go in here somewhere? Yeah, that's super vintage. Hanna-Barbera. That's great. Yeah, okay. Johnny Quest. Good call. Let me see where, maybe up here a little bit. It's hard for you to see, but we'll actually move this whole apparatus one sec. How's that? Is that clear at least? It's as close as I can kind of get it. If you saw, okay, Tyrone, if I do this, whoa, is that clear now? As of right now, is that clear? Or is it a little bit like grainy? Tyrone, let me know when you get, I think I'm ahead of you, so it takes a second. It's clear, okay. I kind of zoomed in the camera. And I'll do a Johnny Quest for you. It's a tad grainy. Not bad enough to worry about, okay. No, because it kind of looks a little bit grainy on my phone too. I gotta do one thing before I move on, though. Hang on. Let me just do this. Yeah, Johnny Bravo, yeah. There's something about Johnny Quest though, because it's kind of like that old vintage. digging that old vintage vibe. Okay, let me see here. Johnny, there he is. I got the little Johnny. Let's see what I can do here. Kind of got that olive skin vibe going. I think here. Way off on the color. Let's see if we can pull some of this back. Still off, but bear with me here. A little chin. Now, thank God this part of the painting's been dried for a while. I can touch everywhere until you can't. I don't want to lose this. Let me see here. Maybe he's got like kind of comes down. We'll keep that little, I think it was supposed to be an eyeball. Keep it for now. Going for the Johnny Quest right now, thanks to Tyrone. Let's see what we can do. Now, this will be a little tricky because, again, with oil paints, when you do this kind of wet on wet, you don't get a little sloppy. So what should be like kind of like a simple task can get a little bit complicated. We are going to leave this eye in here though. Or it'll be something. Johnny. Add and subtract, add and subtract, add and subtract. Ideally, you can hit it one time, but usually not. rework it, add and subtract. Clean your brush right off, dry it a little bit, pull it back. Got a little chin down here. Mix in with the colors that are there. The ear is down actually, like here. Oh, no, we're not. Looks like he's got like a cape here or something. Let's see. Try to get things in the right place. Yeah. Are you angry, Johnny? Are you an angry little boy? Those brows are not there at all. Let's see. I have to move this up a little bit. He actually goes in here. I'll get him eventually. Come hell or high water. What in God's name? Bring his head in. What have you done, Tyrone? What have you done? What have you done? Look at that brush, just caked. Just caked with yellow. He comes down like this. Out like that. Push it. Push the paint around a little bit. Work it. Yeah, that's it. Let me fix this up. Add some over here. I like that. Yeah. So we are going to push his ear down. We are going to give him some, what do you call it, plastic surgery here. So that's there. He goes over there. You just keep adding and subtracting. And it's kind of over there. There's like a nicer curve over here. Bring this down. Even like mess with that. Where that just comes down. It's fun. So when you say do comics with oil paint, as you can see, it's not just like simple pen and ink work. It's a totally different game. As you can clearly see. Now if I just traced it or something, it would be pretty easy to get them in there fast. But I wanted to work with what I had. I need to do something here. Sorry, I'm going to zoom you out here to normal. That's normal view. Let me bring you like this. I need to do something here now. Let's see what else Johnny Quest gives me for ideas. What do you see? Well, you're thinking, you just move along. Clean up some of your edges. Add some colors and glazes. Add some patterns. Some shadow here. Let's get my pencil with this. I was working my way up to here because this needs to be something. Kind of got like a brush that's just blocking in some color. Don't worry, I'm not finished, Johnny. I just needed a break from this stupid face. That's a lot of paint on there. You might have to come back to him tomorrow. There's more gap here. Let's push his hair up. Let's get his ear right here. Let's get his jawline there. Look how much work it is to do a cartoon when you use oil paints. It's crazy. Different game, different animal. Come back here. Keep some things, get rid of some things. Change the palette a little bit. Clean up your lines. All while you're finding whatever this thing is. It looks kind of like a... What is this? What are you? What is this? What is this? But I like it more than 5 minutes ago. It's something. Clean up your lines. Commit 3D Destroyer, what's going on? I'm trying to do my thing. This painting is just a crazy adventure. Whoa. Clean up the lines and add some paint. I heard it's like you can't, I was thinking about this, you can't have a haircut without hair. And what I mean by that is you need to have paint on you need paint on here. So just get the paint in and clean up the lines. So that's my current MO. And then you gotta find something while you're doing that. What is this thing? Nose hanging down over the wall. That little spot looks like Kilroy. Kilroy was here. let's do like golden. Eyes here. That's a nice color for this too. You see your little disaster, Tyrone? This is your little disaster. You did this. Look what you've done. Look at this. Look at that guy. What in God's name? Go back to here. This kind of works for me. See how I jump around? Like none of that is intentional, but it kind of works for me. I have learned to really roll with that ADD kind of art style. One thing to the next, and then come back. One cool thing though is I always come back. So I just learned to I just go with it. I've seen a lot of artists, other artists, they can really kind of stick to completion, stick the landing without moving on, and it's not my thing. Especially for this style, I guess. For this style, it's almost necessary to jump around. Because again, I'm always looking for something here. I try to turn the mess into some sort of imagery. And that normally doesn't happen all at once. Even this guy that I'm working on right now, he's been ongoing for days. But he's getting there now. It just takes time. This lady was done a couple of days ago. We got now this little creep, the Tyrone creep over here. There you go, little creep. Put a little eye there. He definitely will need to be worked later. The only way to really kind of go at it again is almost to take paint off, and I don't feel like doing that. I'll just let him sit and chill and work on him in the morning maybe. Yeah, do your thing. Break out the paints on your wicked desk. Johnny Classford, and I'll show you Johnny later, probably tomorrow. But I'm happy there's something there. He definitely needed something, and the perfect addition. But yeah, go paint, go create something. Kind of turned real for a second. Find Johnny Quest. Find him. This brush makes a mess, but it helps to add like again, it gives me something to work with. I purposefully change my brushes here to kind of help define some of these shapes, but in a really like not aggressive. It just adds depth because the brush is A, bigger than the small ones I was using, and B, it starts to add like dimension. Because it puts different brush strokes on the canvas, and then I have to go back and refine them again, but there's a lot more depth. Kind of like scuffs and but as I was saying earlier, you can't get a haircut if you don't got any hair. And sometimes you just need to put paint down so that you can get so you can create something, you can make something happen. If there's no paint on there, how can you do it? You just gotta start. Even though we're in multiple layers in, but it's the same premise over and over again. Just get some paint down there, especially when you're looking for something. This is a different totally different, not technique, totally different style, because everything is just unconscious and like finding things, images over and over again. And then once you find the image, you play with it and work it. So sometimes you just need to even change the brush up to help you see things. And I've even done paintings where I've used like this kind of brush the entire time to see how that works and experience that. Like you'll see some artists do have like really rough brushes. They're loose, but that they're looking for that result. So the results that you get with this brush are really different than some of the other ones I was just using. But again, that's because I just want paint on here. I try to pick my spots, because I know if it's like, I might have to come back a couple times again. But you want to hit things quite a few times when you're trying to like really refine the work. Unless it's perfect already, which is, again, for something like this, not what's perfect when you don't even know what it is. So it gives you a lot of liberty to mess around when you're just hunting for stuff. Sometimes I can paint on something like, oh, I should have left that. That'll happen, but it's worth it compared to everything else. Those are my thoughts. I'm just talking. Would you say, have you considered using a stick to steady your hand instead of resting on the painting, not criticizing yourself, just notice? Like right now, your little finger. Yes. A maul stick is, I do it sometimes. Right now, a lot of this painting is dry to the touch. And besides the camera, like normally I'm really leaned in. In fact, I should move a little closer and really see my little details. And there's something beautiful about just anchoring like that and then really adding my little details. Now, a maul stick is sometimes necessary, especially when a lot of this, you can't touch it, or it's just disaster. especially like portrait work where like there's a real purpose that I'm trying to achieve, or end result. And I think when you use a mall stick, especially for something like this, you look refined and like you went to art school. And I think there's probably a lot of benefits to using it, other than like anchoring it, checking that I got paint on my little finger. I think it's a little immature in some senses. However, there are times where there's just nothing else like what I'm doing. Now, if you train yourself to just avoid it altogether, I think that's cool. And like I said, I will use one. I'm just, it could be lazy. Also, my easel is shit. So it's really, if I anchor like a stick up top, this easel is just not, I need a new easel. And then you might even see a mall stick come just because I have that structure, like kind of like a solid foundation for the, like the painting. An easel's first. Easel before I get that stick. And then the stick is kind of just depends on the piece, I think. And actually, sometimes I use a stick and I do get like a more, especially because normally I'm anchoring here with my finger and then painting here, like, and this is like eye level. Here, probably a stick because I'm not adjusting my easel right now, so this is not at eye level. Yeah, there's a bunch of things. I don't take it criticism. I think like I'm talking to myself really. I think there's probably real benefits to a stick, and I've used it. It just depends. This is old. These are old behaviors, old. But like if I started a painting with the mall stick, I could finish with it. It's not. It's kind of. It doesn't make too much of a difference for me personally, other than putting my finger in wet paint over and over again is a little bit shitty. And I don't like smudging things that I've been working on. But you should try it yourself. See if you use the stick, compare, and what kind of details can you pull out the same, or are you better with it than putting your finger right in the painting like a scumbag. Kind of like it. Yeah, I like both. Sometimes, you know what it is? I think I just don't care. Like it just doesn't. I've never fucked up a painting bad enough where should have used this stick. But there's you'll see a bunch of like sometimes actually. Okay, no, fair enough. I have screwed up a painting. I put my nail marks into the piece. Now you would think that's pretty immature. Yeah, that makes sense. Because how you can't like just, especially like again, the best example I can give is like a portrait, where you've really laid everything out. You've even got your background in there. Where are you gonna put your finger, without like, and like I said, I've done that and put nail marks in the work, and you know that I just find when I do that, that's super. The best word is immature. But there's a lot of things that I do that I just let myself do. Like I was saying earlier, like I just bounce around. You see like how I'm doing now? I don't stay focused on one particular area until it's complete. But I think that's just because this painting is, I believe, really requires that. I need to bounce around until I see things. And then I go over them again and again and again and again. Because here, like what I'm painting literally right now, I don't know what this is. I have no idea, but I hope that if I keep touching it, it'll start revealing something, even if it's just a shape. But I hope that it'll start to like, oh, that's a little breast or chicken wing or sandwich or hot dog or Kyle from South Park. So like I kind of use, in a sense, like if I got more specific, like my discipline is allowing myself to jump around because I kind of do it a lot. So I've learned to like take advantage of that. Where again, you see some artists, when you get to see their painting process, they'll like stick on an area, move, like they have a system. And sometimes I even work like left to right and up to down. Just depends on the piece. For something like this that I thought was going to take 2 days, and now it's over a week, yeah, all bets are off. I just try to get lost and find stuff. What do you paint, Destroyer? What do you like to paint? Yes, I understand completely. I jump around a lot too. I see the entire work and usually keep refining the entire composition and layers. Yeah. And I was saying earlier in the beginning, like I really like when stuff is touch dry, and I can just, it's a totally different experience when the painting has layers on it that are somewhat dry to the touch. You can do like glazes and mess with stuff. It's such an enjoyable, that's like one of my favorite parts of painting. Like all this is dry and then this is a little wet mark that I move around. I'm gonna put on some music though. This playlist is alright, I found it. It's on Spotify. It's that chill thing, but there's a few songs that are, at least they're not all the same sounds. There's some playlists that are basically one giant song. But this playlist is alright. I do like piano. Change my brush again. See if I can pull out some different. Painter by profession. I've done a few murals, graffiti, personal works are paint, airbrush. Okay, well, I don't know. Make sure you reach out on, best way to do it, connect is on Instagram. I'd love to see your stuff. A professional painter is a fucking wild life, man. It's rare. With the ink, I keep a lot. With the ink, I keep my hands off a lot with the stick too. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. But definitely reach out on Insta because I'll follow you. I've never done a mural. I don't think I ever will. Okay. Where do you push your work? That's cool. Word of mouth is key. That's the beautiful thing about painting. The work speaks for itself. One look, you can see the level of skill the painter has. My work has gotten more work than advertising has. Yes, be, what do they say? There's the saying, undeniable. You want to be undeniable. That's the objective. And there's no stories. There's no marketing. Just be undeniable. There's a great Steve Martin quote. I'll have to find it. He talks about being undeniable. In different words, though. That's the premise. I'll put you here. I really like this area a lot. can keep these browns and just tidy it up. Just clean this up. John, what's up? What type of painting? John, it's good to see you. What type of painting is? Oh, yeah, it's kind. It definitely falls under some sort of abstract, but it's kind of like pretty conceptual because I started with a huge ink blot, like a Rorschach test. So it's just pop art, surreal pop art, if for lack of better terms. But if you get into it, it's got all kinds of different elements that also might just fall under, you would just call it abstract, figurative, cartoon realism. A friend on here a couple of days ago, like explosionism, which I thought that was great. So you could almost make up some terms for this stuff, I'm not sure. But abstract would work. Abstract surrealism. Just depends. What you've got there is kind of like what I do with my pen and ink. One could look at it all day and then find a million different things hidden. Yeah. Just takes so damn long when you do like what I've gone through phases over the years where I would stuff paintings, like literally stuff them full of imagery, like kind of like a Where's Waldo on acid and stuff like that. And they just come and go different times in my life. That's why I was really shocked to see this piece come like and stay. I thought it was going to take 3 days max, and we're in a week. We're already into a week, and I'd say like maybe 70% done. And I think yesterday I thought like, no, maybe 80%. It's time consuming. Years, yeah, wow. Yeah, if you have enough gas in the tank for paintings that take years, that's awesome. I've had paintings that I've put aside and then I've gone back over them, but they'll usually shift pretty aggressively. I did something I didn't like. What was that? Oh yeah, yeah. around with other stuff for a while, then come back to it, get distracted, life takes over. Yeah, I'm thinking about a painting I have that for some reason doesn't feel complete, and I did it last year, and it needs to, I think I have some energy for it again. It just seems never to finish. What we'll do, we'll change this up. Maddie jokes. What's going on? Maddie jokes. Pause for laughter. Pause for laughter. This one's taken so long, Maddie. But for some reason I have enough in the gas tank to keep it going. Crazy awesome. Love you. What are you doing today? Going out with the fam? John, I've been playing Red Dead 2 for the last couple of days. Got to get ready for the work week at some point. Paint today also. Yeah, sounds good. Good to see you pop up though, as always. Thanks for saying hi too. Go get 'em. Now you gotta watch where you put your finger now.
งโปรดได้ต่อเนื่องแบบไม่มีสะดุดฟังเพลงแบบไม่มีโฆษณาทันและฟังแบบออฟไลน์ด้วย Spotify Premium โอกาสสุดท้าย 3 เดือนที่ 72 บาท ยกเลิกได้ทุกเมื่อแต่แบนเนอร์เพื่อเรียนรู้เพิ่มเติม
โ I was using a reference for this guy, I can't remember what it was. I was looking at something. I got lost in the wind. Something here. Okay. Huh. Sometimes the only thing you can do is just clean up those lines. Vegan dolls, remember the Rock King? Yeah, the Rock King. You know who I was thinking about yesterday or this week was TikTok. Remember TikTok? I think he deserves like a legit portrait, even if it's not too big, but just like a portrait of TikTok, maybe with some modifications. But it's funny you mentioned Return to Oz. TikTok. Tell me you remember TikTok. Dorothy. Dorothy. Good to see you, Vegan Dolls. Always a pleasure. I like how his thinking would run down with not this. There's so much to dissect in that movie. There's a lot of gold in that. That was actually a really great. Like I like that one way better than Wizard of Oz, if I had to be brutally honest. Wizard of Oz wasn't for me. It was like for my parents. Return to Oz was for us. And I kind of thought it was like super popular, but then I realized that maybe it didn't do all the rounds that I thought it did. So it's wicked that you know what I'm talking about. He had thinking, speaking, and moving that he had to be wound up. Yeah. This big little gear on the back. Key. Classic. And the Wheelers. The fucking Wheelers, man. Long live the Wheelers. Where are those guys at? Just think how proud you'd be like, hey mom,
เปิดประสบ
I landed a role in a movie.
Spotify Premium
Trying to explain that to somebody.
สมัคร
Oh yeah, what do you
เดือน
do?
ที่72 บาทยกเลิกได้ทุกเมื่อแต่แบนเนอร์เพื่อเรียน
Well, I got like roller skates for hands. For starters, and I wear a mask on the top of my head. Yeah, the Wheelers. They also deserve a portrait, really, when I think about it. No one's done that. I haven't seen that for a while, if at all. But TikTok, something's calling me. Something's calling me to do TikTok. Calm this down. Calm this down. Bring it up. Underneath over here. Yeah, meet the family like that movie. And what'd you bring us? A Wheeler. They were like punk rock too, kind of like, or like they had frills. Oh shit, they had frills. The Wheelers had frills, like a biker gang. They're kind of like, can't even say it, but they were something. I bet you there were like Wheeler orgies after the shoot. There would be like, hey, what are you guys doing after the shoot today? I don't know. What are you guys doing? Well, maybe we should all hang out on set. See what happens. The Wheeler orgies. That's a good book. Look at me just giving out ideas for free. The Wheeler Chronicles. They were basically Jesse Camp with wheels for wheels for hands. But they were frightening, in all fairness, especially at that age. They definitely had a vibe that was frightening. And being chased by one of those, good God. You know how people were like coming out back when the big clown craze was happening? Imagine like a Wheeler came out of the bushes and chased you. It wouldn't be hard to like tackle one, but still, that, and it's shrieking at you, just shrieking. That was kind of like what they did. They shrieked. Okay, here, vegan dolls. I got one for you. Shrieky and Beastly. Shrieky. Shrieky. Beastly also deserves a tattoo. Tattoo of Shrieky and Beastly. But yeah, back to, I do see the rock formation from Return to Oz for sure. Definitely has some influence in here. I was raised on that movie. Those are like the never-ending story days. That also from that movie, they had the rock gods or whatever. I'm not really too deep in the Wizard of Oz. Like, I just know the two. I do think it rings a bell that there's other books, but I wouldn't even. I have no reference to that at all. But it came up recently on some podcast or something, or I saw someone talking about those books, but I never seen them or read them rather. But I did recommend Willow the other day, like a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. Willow has the same vibe, just probably better production. Oh wow, that's a lot of books. Are they dark, like Return to Oz? I'm imagining so, right? Like have a darker tone. Because Return to Oz was like originally started off in the like psych ward for children's psych ward. Hilarious. You've got me thinking vegan dolls. I appreciate it, actually. I'm thinking about a bunch of shit now. Like those characters are so amazing. There's so many like amazing characters from the 80s like that. Just lost. They come up from time to time, but they're just, I feel like they're lost for kind of forever. You've got my brain, you've got my attention. You've piqued my attention. Come on. I wonder who directed A Return to Oz. And what else did they do? There's that also there's the that obscure like Alice in Wonderland. I gotta look it up. I keep forgetting. The obscure Alice in Wonderland, because I'm not even sure if it's Alice in Wonderland, where they have like stop motion. That's super. I never saw it as a kid, but I just saw it like in some recap channel on YouTube. They like reviewed it or something. It was like, wow, that is so wild. I think it's like Dutch or something. It's not even, I'm not sure if it's English. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's like a really weird version of Alice in Wonderland. I'll have to like find it, but because I'd be interested when you say who made that movie. I'm curious what else they made. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube actually. Oh yeah. I should play it / watch it while I'm painting actually. Any idea what it's called? Okay, so it is Alice in Wonderland? It's not like some sort of spin-off? It's like that's what they claim it is? And you've seen it? Obviously? Yeah, okay. I think it's just asking what. Okay. I'm really interested in that. Is it English or it's just dubbed? Are you familiar with? Oh, I dropped there for a second. Well, we can't even see what I'm painting over there. Let's see. That's subtitles, I see. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. I gotta check that out. Yeah, like dark shit that's like made for kids is fascinating to me. I think it helped, like growing up, like having like things that having characters that didn't make it, or like real obstacles, or like real danger. There's something about that. Wow, that's so funny. Wow, the things you find, like the things you learn, that's so crazy. And of course, like this, he basically made Apocalypse Now for children. That's what Return to Oz is. Apocalypse Now for kids. Right? Like that's exactly what it is. Good Lord. That's so funny. That's quite the career then. I thought he went into obscurity. He made that movie and then just went into the woods and never came out. You mean directed it or what? I thought, no, that can't be right. Hang on. Who directed The Godfather? Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola. What you talking about, vegan dolls? Director of Return to Oz. Walter Murch. Walter Murch. And it says, the first thing it says, what happened to the director of Return to Oz? That's what everyone wants to know. The psycho. Footlooker, what's cooking? Good to see you. Thank you. No, I can't. Francis Ford Coppola did Godfather, which I should have known right off the bat. I give myself a C minus for that, but my fucking. Based on the 1900s novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Frank Baum, it was primarily directed by Victor Fleming, who left the production. Okay, it stars Judy. What? No. Did Return to Oz flop? Disney wanted to be provocative, which they were. So a twist, darker tone, But Walter, when I go to Walter, his movies, he is super obscure. He edited sound, Vegan Dolls, in American Graffiti. It says, what is Walter Murch famous for? My fucking iPad's not working. Never mind. You can tell me. Oh. Yeah, it looks like he's still alive. But his actual credits are like really obscure movies that I'm looking at. And my iPad shit, it's not letting me like look around. So maybe he is the kind of guy that just goes into a forest and doesn't come out. That's what you'd assume. But it was funny thinking, I still think it is the apocalypse now for children. I still stand behind that. I gotcha, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Editing is like kind of everything, but they definitely don't get the credit. That's kind of like But even when editing is so key. Like even today's standards, like I tell like everything happens in post. Everything. Especially nowadays. You sound like you know Robert Merck personally. Walter Merck. I think he's a good friend of yours. Well, actually, editing, probably more important than directing if you think about it. Like my granddaddy, Walter Merck. You're killing me. But Siskel said he's a scumbag and he went into a forest and never came out. That's this. You left out Siskel's opinion of Walter Merck. Don't forget about Siskel. They always forget about Siskel. All right. All hail Robert Merck. You win. Big fan of Robert Merck. Walter Merck, my apologies. Yeah. I've never seen portraits of them. They're kind of like the origins of Bert and Ernie. And you know that one of them, I don't know which one, but like actually made movies for a bit. And they were like super like sleazy. Most likely the heavy set guy. Ebert. I don't know which one's which. But I do know that one of them made like sleazy movies. No, I know it's good because I'm really curious who made Return to Oz. It's definitely a strange fellow. And he deserves his praise and flowers. I'm here for it. But I do think you have a bit of a crush. Crush on old Walter Merck. Don't ya? I was saying earlier that you need to have hair to get a haircut. And sometimes with paintings like this, you just need to put paint down so that you can work with it. If there's no paint, what are you gonna like? Sometimes and what you can do is clean up your lines while you're adding paint. Right now, I'm just adding paint. It'll help me see things. And I can clean up the lines while I'm at it, like certain areas. But you need the hair to have a haircut. Need paint so you can paint. You can find it. Just get some paint on there and see what happens. As Walter Merck said, you need to have a movie. You need to have a movie that, or you can't edit, right? This is like his famous line. Can't edit without a movie. That's what he said. Oh, Walter. He gets it. Walter Merck, everybody. The man who made Apocalypse Now for children. AKA Return to Oz. All right. How was your day today? Have you guys seen? Have you seen that that like infomercial where the guy's the chef at the buffet? It's like from the 80s, but it kind of only resurfaced recently, within the last few years. He's like, "How was your day today?" And he's just talking to the patrons, but I think it's like a hotel business hotel could be a commercial for something or even an infomercial. And when he doesn't get a response from the patron, he just goes, "All right." Yeah, that totally makes sense with collaging. Like, how can you build off of anything if there's nothing there? Like, you have all your pieces to the side, and you have like your books, and you're like kind of an idea, but sometimes you just need something to start with. Otherwise, it's literally, and then you just get more. You get inspire yourself, and sometimes that's not the right strategy. Like some things, I don't just need paint for the sake of it, but with this piece, I certainly do. I need paint to keep myself moving here. And part of it is to clean up some of these lines that are a little bit squirrely. So get paint down and clean up lines is ideal. But probably just getting paint down is even more important. The lines I can do later. Yeah, that's right. A training video. All right. How was your day today? I can't remember what else he said, but he's like, just that line. All right. Oh my God. All right. Sometimes that's all I can say for like a half an hour. All right. Certainly a nice day today. All right. Yeah, it's like a training video. Oh my God, that resurfaced only to please the masses. I wonder if Walter Merck edited that training video. If he had his hand in the pot on that one. All right. Edited by Walter Merck. Maybe that's what he won the Academy Award for. is one of many. It's funny how that shit, like, who would have ever thought? Like, think if you're that guy and all of a sudden you're scrolling through Instagram, and then, like, 2 decades later, you're like, what the fuck? It's the first time he sees that, like, resurfaced 2 decades later, and everyone's just, like, enjoying themselves. That'd be so crazy. There's so many great obscure film things on YouTube. AV Geeks. Okay, what do AV Geeks do? Just find random stuff? I've never heard of it. But I'm down. AV Geeks. Okay. Yeah, I love that stuff. It's actually, I really like it. It's, I would even say it's impactful, which is crazy, but I'm serious. I pull a lot out of that kind of thing. There's a lot of meat on that bone. All right. How are you today? But vegan dolls, think of that. If you're that guy, it's just this guy that compiles insane amount of 60. Oh, okay. Interesting. Like montages. He's doing the Lord's work, is he? Yeah, like you just probably go to like a yard sale and find old VHSs and see what the infomercials were back then and stuff that you thought were lost forever. Training videos and things that should never really come back to life. That should stay dead, but here they are. Just to bring, like, they're just amusing. Yeah, no kidding. I wouldn't want to watch footage of like handheld camera, but like something that's semi-produced. I'd be interested in. I would never want to watch like home videos or anything, but stuff that's been produced and edited, if you will. That's fascinating. Because it's like they had money and like a vision and a budget, rather, maybe not money, but a vision, and then, okay, here we go, final product and release. Because I watched, when I used to work at Burger King, hot dog water, what's cooking, good looking? What do you mean you don't get how sound works on film? Vegan Dolls can tell you. She knows everything. Her father is Walter Merck, the man who did the Apocalypse Now for children, also known as Return to Oz. Let's go here. They cut the physical sound wave into the film strip. Oh yeah, that's above my pay grade. I couldn't even pretend to answer you. But you're talking like cassettes. Think of cassettes. Do you remember cassettes? That's kind of the same thing, isn't it? That's my best go-to. There's probably like a really easy layout of how cassettes worked. not even vinyl records, but like the cassette tapes that would turn to VHS. How you doing anyway, Hot Dog Water? Been a few days. I'm still working on this one. No, no, but I love graffiti. I'm not a connoisseur, but I definitely follow some graffiti artists and stuff. And I think we are plagued by it one way or another. And a lot of it I really appreciate. But I also really appreciate the shitty graffiti. Like just the literally like backward name, like done in 20 seconds with no experience that take up like half a building. I find that quite amusing and interesting. But I've done a lot of it over the years in my art, so I kind of have a bit of a kind of my own style sometimes. But I definitely look at other graffiti artists and see what they're up to, and then if I'm adding graffiti in my work, I'll see what kind of fonts and stuff will go. But I don't even think I've ever done anything that I remember. I'm sure I've spray painted a wall, but nothing that like where I had intention. What about you? Have you ever done that? Have you ever painted a wall? Marked it, tagged it, tried that? Hell yeah, I have 2 friends that tag trains. Yeah. And like how you map it out too. Like so like it's somewhat centered or yeah, as you said, consistent. That would be I think that's just practice. Those guys do it all the time. But you've done it yourself? Like you've literally like vandalized a building or an old barn door. Oh, that's fine. I gotta clean him up somehow. Maybe we'll do like No, you've never tagged anything? I see. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. This painting's just been ongoing. Even after this session, I swear to God, if I said I was 80% done, I still feel like I'm just 80% done. But I see the light at the end of the tunnel, so we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Peace. Have an awesome day. Will do. Oh, all right. Just get paint down. Especially for some of the stuff that hasn't been touched at all, or very little. Now is the time. I really want to bring this painting to an end. So one thing I will do is, before the night is finished, touch up some of these blacks now. Again, lines, like where there's a mess, clean that mess up. And it's kind of the same idea too. When I first was laying things out, you need to go back and forth with the black, like, because then you can start seeing things by adding like some really hard lines, it actually helps the painting a lot. And I have a bit bigger brush so that I can make some strong strokes. Again, the best part with this kind of painting, you can't really make mistakes unless you touch something that is meaningful. But even then, you have you have some liberty. It's quiet in here. The music stopped. See, certain line work changes a lot. Let's go over here. This brush holds the paint different too. Sometimes I see cartoonists, they do like a rough sketch and then they outline their sketch with black Sharpie. And it kind of makes all the difference in the world, right? It's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Like, so the same idea as getting paint on there while cleaning up the lines, and in this case also like really defining some of the images. right now this brush is working for me. Sometimes the brushes really take on a lot of responsibility. And this brush is just it's the right flow of paint, right mixture, and it's just holding really well. So go, 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 go. Try not to make more work for yourself at this stage in the game. Clean up those lines. I want to do it later. If possible, but don't worry about it too much too. Just keep going. Okay. Javali Augustine. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. This piece is, I keep saying the same thing, but this piece has taken me 3 times as long as I thought it was going to take. But we are at a stage where there's a lot of it that's alive now, so it's kind of fun. Just doing some line work. Cleaning up some lines and getting my shapes in order, my images. And also my music stopped playing, and I'm caught up in the zone, so I can't start the music, so it's just me and my breathing. Got myself there. Javali. I probably, if I say your full name, I'll butcher it. No, I didn't go to school. But I have been painting for a long time. I'm kind of older. I'm an older dude. And I've been painting a long time now. But I would go to school. I think if I knew that I was going to be painting for my life, I'm going to school for art was, I did take school in high, or I did take school, I took art in my last year of high school. So it was important to me back then. But I don't even think it was like, I didn't even think it would be an option. But that's definitely what I was interested in. Looking back on it. Did you go to school? Or study? It's gonna move you here. Okay. There we go. Sorry, wasn't that good. This is being a little weird. This looks like a bird in. Interesting. More birds. More birds. till tomorrow. Some things need a little bit of dry time. A lot of faces. Just looking at anything major that needs to be. This is weird. It's just messy. Fix it up. Everything doesn't need to be outlined, but the lines you want to be clean, for sure. Sometimes the line work just shows your intentionality. Because even if it's like almost like obscure or random, at least it's clean in this case. looking for like the entire pieces won't be clean because it's just not, but most of it should be. Because like this stuff, I'm not sure if that'll clean up or not. I think it will. It is. Anyway, let's just clean this up. I'd say today's session was a win because I got a lot done on this side. It's been neglected until today. This side. Careful, now everything's wet over here, so watch where you put your fingers. We'll touch up some of these. I see like a kind of like an espresso machine, those like Nespresso monster. Kind of seems like it's off here. It should come in there. In there. Not sure what's going to happen here. This has to be messed with quite a bit, I think. Last thing I'm going to do today is just touch this guy up a little bit. He lost it. Before he had a shape that I liked, now he kind of got lost. Let's bring him back a little bit. What kind of paper? This stuff. Tyrone, I'm gonna dip in like 10 seconds, but let me show you what I use. So this is canvas, obviously, Tyrone. This is the paper I use. It's like a watercolor paper. One side has like dimples, the other side's pretty smooth. And then here's the actual, I think that's pretty universal, this company. I think you can find it, but it's just watercolor paper. This is important. That's GSM. So I like the thick stuff, as thick as possible. I think you can get even thicker if you hunt for it. The thinner stuff I don't like. That's preference, but if I had, like, I would paint on thinner watercolor paper. But there it is again, in case you missed it. This is canvas though, just for the record. Tyrone, I'm gonna go, it's 3 hours I spent consecutively, so I'm done. Until next time. Toodles.